Greetings YouTube. Today we're looking at a true utility keychain light. And there you go. That's it. It's got an on-off. And it does a nice flood. Got decent throw. No major artifacts in the beam. There is a ring, but it's not anything that's going to bother you because the center is nice and smooth. Bounced off the ceiling. Get some general illumination, not bad. Obviously it works much better. And we'll come down here and you can see that it does illuminate a book quite sufficiently. In fact, I've got this thing currently at the maximum I can reach. And that does a nice job, quite frankly. This keychain light is set at an angle. You'll see that in the second section of this video. So it's kind of like a military flashlight in that regard. One of the classic right-angled military flashlights. So you couldn't actually dangle this and turn it into like a tent light, but it wouldn't be difficult to like tuck it in some place or just use a rubber band to put it in position. And because of its shape, I think it might be useful for like sticking into like a loop or something on your gear, like stick it in a pocket so it sticks forward. So that might actually make it somewhat usable as a forward-facing light. I'll have to look at that, see if I can get this to function in that regard on a jacket, or maybe even figure out how I could set it up on a hat real quick, quick and dirty hat light. So that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so far I'm quite impressed with this. Solid little flashlight. This uses 3 LR44 batteries, which came with the flashlight. A nice touch, because I stopped at the store to get some and they didn't have any, not realizing the flashlight actually came with them. I should have recognized that the symbol on the packaging showed me that they actually did. And you can see my wife's owl light in the corner, her owl lamp in the corner, which is a wonderful pretty piece of kitsch from the 1970s. But yep, so now on to the second section where you will get to see this in detail. Alrighty, so you've seen the light portion of this, you've seen how it works, and this is the Q-Line True Utility Angle Light Elite Tool. I don't know why they're calling it a tool. It comes in this case. I need to test these cases to see how close they are to waterproof. I don't know if they actually are truly waterproof or they just water resistant. I need to check that out. Run a tissue test. You put some tissue paper in there, then sink it and let it sit for a while. So this is what's a little blurb you get in there, and a little blurb shows you the picture on the back, and then you get a little section in here which shows you some different options, like there's a little P-style lighter, keychain tool, a twist tick clip tool, just a bunch of different options you can get. I may try some of these in the long run. I kind of like that mini driver. Lighters. I don't carry a lighter. I've been thinking about maybe getting one. I'm not sure. So if anybody get any suggestions for micro lighters, tell me what you would suggest. So this is the little light that I had mentioned before that is an angled light. Pretty simple. On and off. Because of the situation here, and you're probably going to be carrying this on a keychain, there is the possibility that you'll get some pressure when it's in your pocket. But this takes a fair amount of force to get that to turn on. This is not a light touch. So I wouldn't be overly concerned with this coming on inside your pocket. This is true angle right there on the handle. Sorry, get a little closer for you. If that'll focus. Yeah, hope it did. It's got a nice feel to it. It's got a nice heft. I like the fact that it's not black. It doesn't have to be tacked to cool. So we're going to open this thing up so I can show you the inside. And it has all of the important stuff. Here's in the head. And it does have an O-ring. It's a nice touch. And it uses these button magnets in a combined pack. They're shrink wrapped. Now, I'm not a big fan. Oops, sorry. Let me know if I actually get that in the right direction. I'm not a big fan of button magnets. I will freely admit that. I think that they could have kept this still manageably small if they'd gone with a longer body, and then you just use a single AAA. Yes, it would be 3/4 of an inch longer than it is, so some people that may turn some people off, it would not turn some people off. But it's much easier to find batteries, and even if you could find this battery size easily, and you may be able to find it. I don't know. I didn't hunt a lot to see if I could find these at Walmart or Target or grocery stores. Even if you could find them readily, changing them would be a pain in the ass because you're not going to get them in a nice neat little bundle. So you're gonna have to like make sure you drop them in there in the right order, so make sure they're all in the right orientation. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. I'm not a big fan of this battery type. I think I have found this style online in triple stacks. I think I found it on Amazon once, or some on Amazon once. I have a cat doing things she's not supposed to do. What a shock. So yeah, I like the build quality. It feels good. It's got a nice texture to it. I like this is a nice solid little ring. This button does not lightly go on and off, so I think it would be safe inside your pocket or your purse or bag or something. So I think this would make an excellent addition to your keychain. Now, some people are going to be really used to carrying a flashlight that you can do this with. You can still do that with it. It's just you're doing this, but you're just pointing down as opposed to pointing in the direction of my hand. And I'll be honest, I think that this might actually be more comfortable if you're doing a quick search of something that's on the ground, your door or something like that, because looking at your door, okay, yeah, have straight ahead's good, but if you're looking at the ground, a 90-degree angle is actually, in my book, probably a better design. So I don't have a big problem with that. And because the button's up here as opposed to being on here, which is often what you find, you have butt cap switches. It's less convenient for turning it on and off. That's very comfortable. So I like this thing. I'm going to get rid of the packaging, but I'm going to keep the literature. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to get my button gear and do a test on this and see how close this is to actually being waterproof, or is it just water resistant. I got a sticker in there? Yeah, I do. Get that off. I don't want that. I don't want that in there if I'm going to be trying to do a leak test. That would definitely screw up my results. So there you go. So I like this true utility, true angle keychain light. It's a nice design, and I think that for the price, and I paid $8 for it, it's worth your time.